So this recording is to help you complete the installation of the SimpleSMDR application on your PC. First step is to go to the website simplesmdr.sourceforge.io. Navigate to the How to Get from the menu. Click on the zipped appliance and download the file. You also need to download the ASP.NET Core Host Bundle 5.0 because the application relies on that being installed on your PC. So you download from the link, go to the hosting bundle and just download that onto your PC as well. Just save it anywhere for the time being. And then we will run the install from that location. Okay, so both have finished downloading, so we're going to open the folder that we've downloaded the file into. Start by installing the .NET hosting first. Just double click on it, open it. Complete the different steps for doing the installation. My PC is a little slow, so it may take a little longer on my PC than it does on yours. Okay, so that's completed successfully. Next, we'll extract the SimpleSMDR zip file to a location on your PC. Put it wherever you want to put it. I just put it straight into the root directory on my computer. You can move it around afterwards if you wish, that's fine. It doesn't have to be in a path or anything like that, so we can put it wherever you want. Okay, so once that's open, the next step is actually, if you go back to the web page, it will tell you that we need to do some configuring on the PBX itself. So click on the configuration on the side there, and once we've completed that section, configuration section, you need to change the SMDR data. So open the management interface to your PBX and log in. So the website shows an example of what each of the settings in the SMDR options form is to be set to. So we just navigate now to the SMDR options form. Click on change. And match all the options exactly as they're displayed on the website. This is extremely important to get these options set correctly. If not, the data that's going to be stored in your database is going to you will see it when we do the first example, because all the data that's going to be existing on the PBX before you made this change is not going to be formatted correctly for what the application requires. So basically what we're doing here is telling the PBX how to format the data that is sending out. So it's very important to get these correct. If not, the application is not going to give you any usable data, and you'll see that. So just go through, make sure you have all the options correct. And there's another option here, which is the system identification. This will identify the PBX. Useful to put it to a number. I usually put it to the same number as the last 3 digits of the IP address of the PBX, so you can identify which PBX it is. If you have multiple PBXs, then it's very useful to have that information to separate the PBXs. Okay, so once that's saved, you can come out of the PBX now. And then the next step is to click on the SimpleSMDR.server.exe file, which is in the folder that we extracted. This is where we put it. So we go to SimpleSMDR.server, double click on that. And the PC that I'm doing this video on is a little slow, so it takes a little longer than it probably will take on your computer. And just allow this. It doesn't recognize me as a publisher, so that's just a little bit of a security warning there. It's going to open a console screen for you, so you can actually see what processes are being run. I like to leave this like this so that it gives you easier way of troubleshooting and debugging. Right, and there you go, application started. That's the URL that you will need to put in your browser now. Instead of just log out. And here we have the page open. So click on the PBX configuration and make sure that your IP address matches. Don't change the port number. That's the port number that Mitel PBX will always use. So you have no need to change that number. And just click on submit. It will tell you the configuration's updated successfully. And now you can go back to the web page. You see that that's been done. If you go down to the bottom now, it will tell you what's the next thing is the SimpleSMDR_db.executable. That is actually the file. This is the script that does the capturing of the data from the PBX. This is where the magic happens. Just allow this to run. And we'll see the data shortly. See connected, IP address, port number. Now this is all your old data that pre-existed on the PBX, and then there are a couple of test calls that I had completed since I did the changing of the PBX. So we actually saw those 2 test calls there, which will be correctly formatted from today. So if you stay on the main page, after a few seconds it will automatically update, and you would see those 2 calls are actually formatted correctly, and you can see the called number. Those are the 2. I'm about to make another test call from the same number. You're going to see it scroll across the screen very shortly. There it is. If you come back here in a couple of seconds, you'll see that it will actually update here as well. You will notice the PBX connection up in green up at the top there. That means that that's script in the background is running and it's connected to PBX. That will turn into red if there's a problem with the connection. So we need to investigate. So now you can actually use these drop-down boxes to search through all your data. As you can tell, there's a lot of data in there from the PBX which was formatted incorrectly, which is what it was saying. earlier. So if your data is still not correct, you would still get those problems there. That's about it. So have fun.